Oh, yeah. Today I'm gonna try and make this stock tune 2026 Charger as fast as it can possibly be. How do you make a car faster on stock tune? Well, I'll give you a hint. It's 4,700 pounds at the moment. And for you British people or whatever, you know, King James units you guys use out there, that's, I don't know how many, whatever units you guys use over there. I don't know. It's heavy, okay? It's very heavy. It's 1,000 pounds lighter than an M5, but about 3,000 bajillion pounds heavier than a Miata. So wherever you want to put it on the scale, I don't care, but we're gonna make it lighter. I gotta figure out some kind of contraption so that I can actually weigh stuff on this. But we're gonna take this industrial weight scale today, not size. Size doesn't matter, guys, okay? Take my word on this. We're gonna see how many pounds we can shed without giving this car Ozempic. Now don't be upset, like, oh, he's ruining the car. I've gotta gut it anyways. The car needs a 10-point cage. I've gotta adhere to NHRA safety, and the NHRA makes you buy a very, very expensive hand TIG welded roll cage. So all the interior's coming out anyway. If it unbolts, we're taking it off, dude. That means wing, wheels, doors, windows, hood, fenders. I'm just kidding. But seriously, there's a lot of weight in this interior. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of structural weight for this car. I mean, it's a big girl. I want this car to be a contender at like Texas 2K. I've been itching to get into the drag scene for a while, the drag racing scene. Let's get to going. It's time to rip this thing out and see what kind of weight we can lose. My goodness. Listen, I don't care what unit of weight you identify as. I don't care what you believe in, but there's a billion units of whatever. 1,000 shekels worth of just freaking dust and dirt and sand here. I mean, cool that they took this thing to the salt flats, but oh my goodness, dude. Looks like they drove this thing on a beach for a year. I'm gonna try and carefully blow all this off, but I'm probably just gonna have to end up polishing this car again, dude. That's insane. Let's see. Yikes. Oh, wow. You see that? 9.74 pounds. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but that was nothing. That's insane. Just for you guys who speak toast and beans, 4.42 kilograms. So that's crazy. All right, so we're gonna keep track of this. Big Booty Judy. What do we call this car, dude? I'm from the 1900s, so you know what? I'm just gonna call it Chungus. So first we have 9.74. Let's keep track, see how much we can lose. That is disgusting. Look at that. I'm actually really glad I cleared all this up because I look down here and the main gas tank feed is just not clamped. Now we got 12.22. There's something about weight reduction that not a lot of people understand. So we're down 20 pounds, and that's important because, you know, generally speaking, you can assume about a 10 horsepower feeling difference per 100 pounds that you lose. That's a very rough estimate. That's just what people say. But if you want to be faster and you can't gain any more horsepower, then you just reduce the weight, and that makes up for, let's say, horsepower. But something about weight reduction that's very important to know is just removing stuff from your car changes the center of gravity, which in turn, in a racing application, well, in any application, but in racing specifically, it will affect your center of gravity, which in turn will directly affect your car's ability to anti-squat, if you will. Without getting too much into it, we're gonna remove the interior of the car, and the weight of this interior generally is pretty high up. When you remove weight that's high up, it lowers the center of gravity. And while lowering the center of gravity is good in a lot of ways, that can adjust or essentially lose your car's ability to anti-squat. But we're talking theories here. There's really no data available on this car yet, and I'm not gonna measure, right now at least, the car's actual center of gravity. Once the cage is done, we'll actually weigh it, get the car's weight ratio, and measure the center of gravity, measure instant center, and then figure out anti-squat from there. So it's important to know, just because you're taking everything out of your car doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna launch faster. You may see slower to 0 to 60 times, you know, if you're in extreme cases, but generally lower weight's better. So I'm just gonna say that. We're just gonna take it out anyways, because I have to. I really wanna get into suspension with you guys because I've learned so much through drifting and setting up my cars with helpful people, but I'm not going to because that's very nerdy and it doesn't really matter for most of you guys. So learn about it. It's very fun. I'm gonna start with the easy part first, and that's just ripping out all the accessible pieces. Stuff like the subwoofer, the spare tire, all these little panels back here, they add up really quickly, especially in the rear. Like, usually a lot of weight to be lost right here alone. I love taking seats out and seeing what the hell people have been eating. Do we got some beefies? Oh, we've been sucking down some Jimmies. Shout out Slim Jim, dude, where you at? Dog's been eating them Johnsons. Oh, them Car Johnsons, dude. What is this? Oh, This man's loved his jerky, dude. I'll weigh all this stuff in a minute once I get the rest of this out. I'm just really curious what this seat weighs. Trying to balance it. Okay, we're gonna say it's 48.3 pounds. It's actually balancing right now. Okay, now I just touched the ground. That's a heavy seat, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh, there are airbags right there. I gotta take those out. Oh, dude, I'm rich. I'm gonna take my family out to a nice dinner after this. How do you get these freaking things out? Oh my gosh. Dude, I don't know what tax bracket this boy was in, but I just found not one, but 2 more pennies. We're eating good tonight, ladies and gents. And one thing that you have to do, no matter what sanction you're in, is remove factory airbags. It's actually a hazard. They're only used and intended for road DOT, and you pretty much are disqualified if you don't remove the factory airbags. Now, unless you really like being punched in the face, disconnect your battery before doing anything with the airbags. It's gonna hurt. I've had airbags go off before. You get shell shock for like 5 minutes. It's rough. I don't know if I'm just getting older, but this stuff was significantly more exciting when I was young. Now it's just like painful to me because it's all this really nice plastic interior that they work so hard to design. It's all coming out. By the way, kids, just because your car's gutted doesn't mean you got a race car. It just means you got a car with no interior. Aw, dang it. What do you guys call these? The things that go up here. I usually keep it family friendly. You know, I don't like to use language on the channel. But the only thing I think I've ever called these or heard these called is oh shit handles. They ain't hangers, bro. What are these called? Tell me. Coming down. Oh, yeah. Welcome to my home. Kind of feels like I'm in Yoda's house. Remove the airbags, you must. What? Man, this freaking headliner, I thought the cushioning above it was foam. You wanna take a wild guess at what it's made out of? Not foam. Put my arms on it to like try and undo something, and I realized there were some sharp tinglies in me. I really hope this works, dude. When they were choosing this headliner, they went to the itchy factory. They tested a bunch of different itchy stuff. They landed on this one. They're like, yep, this is the one. This is the one. Oh, I really hope this works. Lint roller, guys. Love this thing. It's all over my RuneScape tattoo. No headliner from the itchy factory ever again. I don't care if the battery's disconnected. I still hate messing with airbags, bro. I don't like it at all. It's like defusing a freaking bomb. Here's my giant pile of crap that I am now going to attempt to consolidate onto the scale. Let's see how many pounds she shed, boys. All right, I put you right there just so you know I'm not cheating or nothing. We've got a lot of stuff. I'm gonna use this trash can because this is probably the easiest thing to do. I'll just fill this up, zero it out. Okay, that's done. Doesn't really matter. 9.24. Now we're back to 0. Ugh. Gonna leave it like this. I'm over it. This giant turd weighs, it's wobbling a lot. We're gonna say 10.5, okay? And I'm gonna put this thing straight into the dumpster. This is mostly just plastic and filler and just a bunch of crap you probably would want on your car, but I don't need it. 2178. Kilograms are like half what pounds are. It's like 1 point, I don't know. I'm not gonna make up a number. Move on to some larger ticket items here. Wow, that's impressive. That's almost 8 pounds alone. Am I gonna break the trash can? Okay, that's crazy. These back seats alone, a little over 50 pounds. Rear cabin cover, whatever you wanna call this. Okay, we're at 72.5. And the other part of the rear seat, wow. I guess because it's just like woven with metal back here, but that's a lot heavier than I thought it was gonna be. We are at almost 92 pounds, dude. 40 kilograms, whatever that is. Yeah, 41 kilograms. Basically the rear seat and the rear like part that covers the spare tire well, but there's no spare tire on this car. All right, let's finish this up here. I'm curious what just the subwoofer is. That is impressive. I was not expecting exactly 10 pounds. How much does this weigh? 0.2 pounds. 10 pounds of sound deadening. Nuts. 19.32. Almost 7 pounds for these little speaker covers. And we can't forget to weigh all the wiring I just took out. Plus the little, I don't even know what that is. There we go. Last bit. Class, add it all up. I'm not doing this because I need to. I'm doing this so you guys can trust me. Here we go. I'm gonna fact check that for me. precision. We lost, wow, that's kind of insane. It's a lot of stuff taken out. The bulk of that was the seats, obviously. I'm pretty shocked at how much the plastic itself, like, I mean, some of those pieces were 5 to 6 pounds a piece, which is just, I mean, that's nuts. And to think, 240 pounds, I haven't touched the windows, I haven't touched these, like, I'm sure these have a lot of weight to them. I haven't touched, that's no center console, that's carpet still in the car, that's airbag, heater core still in the car, it's all electronics still in the car. It's almost like ounces, it's like when you're hiking, it's like ounces become pounds. Also, I'm really sorry, I'm very sweaty, by the way, it's very hot today. So now I'm excited, I'm curious to see if this thing has a faster 0 to 60 time. What do you guys think? All right, draggy. Let's see what our 0 to 60 is, and let's see if I don't break the car. What do we got? 4.47. Okay, without a proper way to tune the transmission, the shifts I've noticed are a little inconsistent. What is going on? All right, I got something going on back there, so I'm gonna pull it in. So with a taller tire, like I was saying earlier, you have a longer gear. And so that can affect your 0 to 60 by a lot more than you would think. I mean, I think this tire is maybe an inch and a half taller than my other one, even at a lower tire pressure. So it's hard to say. It's also significantly more humid and warmer today than it was when I did the other, but I mean, 0.3 seconds slower, and that was my only try. It might have been because the transmission, the shifts weren't as smooth and stuff. Online, it says that these things are supposed to be like 3.9 seconds, 0 to 60. I guess we should go check out and make sure the car is okay now, right? So this was the wheel that was already messed up. I don't see any more damage. I mean, dude, that's close. Guess we're gonna send it, find out. I just realized I never weighed the airbags. Reducing weight, you know, doing a 0 to 60, it's a bad test. You're not gonna see as many results in your 60 foot or your 0 to 60 as you are the stability that you have at high speeds and the top speed and higher end sort of horsepower feel. So all in all, if I yanked everything out and like, I mean, let's say if we lost 800, 700 pounds out of the car, we'd probably see a difference. But 0 to 60 is in such a short distance. I mean, I'm not going very far here. Making up that time is gonna be really hard without horsepower, and honestly, a transmission tune, if I had some form of ECU tuning on this car right now, it would be just a whole different story. Has science gone too far? No, maybe not far enough. Cool, now that I got those catalytic converters nice and extremely hot, I need to take them out now. All right, so we're gonna move on to the rest of the gutting process and how much we can get out of the car. Victoria's in the video. It's our anniversary week. We've been married for 9 years this week, so the girls are gone, dude. We don't even know where they are. They're just somewhere. We left them on the side of the road. They're good, I'm sure. I had the craziest little issue though, and I really want to run you guys through it. So obviously I've gutted the car. The car is now beeping and on. That is a miracle that I just figured out. Check this out. So I started taking the transmission out. For the record, there's a lot of weight to be lost down here. Like this thing right here, how much do we weigh? Is 30 pounds?
27, I think,
27 pounds. This little aluminum bracket right here to hold up the trans. So there's a lot of weight to be lost back here. I got the drive shaft off, I got the half shaft off, and I got the transmission drained, so I was gonna take it out. So I unplugged everything, right? We just spent the past 2 days trying to figure out how the hell to get the car out of limp mode. So there's a way to neutral override. There's a little neutral override like bolt in the back of the engine bay that allows you to do that, and it's huge. However, this car has electronic e-brakes, and there's no way to disable the electronic e-brake when the car's in limp mode. It's like I've already taken like, you know, half the turbo stuff off. Like I'm getting it exposed, I'm getting it ready for boost works to make the turbo manifold. The car just like, it has power. I get a new battery even, and I was like, oh, the AGM's dead. Still not working, nothing. I'm hitting the e-brake, I'm talking to it, you know, my magic voice, my car whisperer voice, and nothing's happening. These cars go into limp mode very, very easily. Like if you unplug the turbos, you unplug the wastegates, full limp mode, like ECU reflash needed, can't touch those at all. So just for your record, don't touch them until there's flashing available for this. Everything's plugged in the engine bay, so I'm confused. I have the transmission plugged back in, so the main transmission plug is right back here, which you can see. I'm like, okay, that's plugged back in. And I think right here is what I would assume is the speed sensor. Like there's this little plug right here that is incredibly hard to reach, kind of twists in. I don't know what it is, but some sort of rotational module. I just was like, nah, there's no way. So after 2 days of trying to figure this crap out, I just was like, you know what, epiphany, let's just try and plug this in. I plug it back in, hear everything light up. Dash wasn't coming on earlier, like the e-brake wasn't good, nothing was happening. Plug this stupid little thing back in, and now the car sings to me. So now we're able to get this thing off the lift. I had a really funny Instagram reel you guys should check out. The way that we had to drain the coolant. Oh my gosh, the coolant? To preface this, for the record, car world needs to just take a chill pill. Y'all just need to enjoy life every once in a while. Y'all get too serious about everything. But draining the coolant in this car, I didn't use any like hoses or anything like that. Took the drain plug out and it just goes like onto one of the aluminum brackets and goes everywhere. It's hilarious to me. People thought I was like, oh, and people got all serious about it, but I just thought it was really funny. But you can just use like a hose there. Some of the major weight reduction is going to be the exhaust. These motors sound really cool with two-step. I mean, it's inline six. Think of a JZ. Basically, it's sound like a JZ. It's really cool. Full exhaust gone. I'm excited to weigh that. I went to Applied Torque Solutions here in Dallas the other day to talk to Ultra SRT. If you guys don't follow them, follow him. He's also building one of these, and his is wild. His is already basically done, but got some ideas from him. We got one of the lightest versions of this car, for the record. So these cars come in a four-door. Some of the guys that are competing got a four-door.
Really?
And some of them got a four-door with a glass roof.
I didn't know that.
Which is almost 5,000 pounds. So we're working it down. They seem to have gotten it down to 3,500 or 3,700, something like that.
He was able to shave off like 1,000.
Almost 1,000 pounds, which is huge. We're gonna start getting all this out. I'm gonna get the windows, the door cards, everything. None of these electronics, unfortunately, are gonna be able to work for us because there's no way to talk to the CAN system. It's gonna be interesting, but yeah, I'm gonna get back to it. Does this power it off? Can you move the wheel for me? You wanna see if you can move the wheel back and forth? I can't open my door again.
No, it is like stuck on there.
Boys, we got it. Check it out. Huge. This is the coolest feature I think I've ever seen in a car. Forcefully, I just made a kill switch so that I can stop dealing with this stuff, but killed it so that nothing else could happen. But on the menu system, in the brake options, it has a brake service button to where if you press it, it fully retracts the brakes so that it's easier to change the brake pads. That is really, really cool. So I was able to fully retract the brake pads, and now we're moving. Here is all the stuff I've gotten out so far. Sorry, it's a mess. This bumper, I cannot wait to show you guys how freaking heavy this thing is. Victoria, how much do you think this thing weighs?
At least 30 pounds.
Come on.
More?
Oh yeah.
50? Let me compare it to a child. Hold on. That's my reference lately.
I'm thinking 60.
It's like double.
The biggest thing actually is this trunk. I want to say Brian said that it was almost 100, but the glass alone is like 60 pounds. So we're gonna do some Lexan for that, or just like a louver set or something. This hatch just gotta go. It's so heavy. Some people are actually making carbon fiber versions of it, which I honestly wish I had the facilities to do that. Not gonna happen.
So I've taken out all the carpet.
Dang.
Started removing some of the dash stuff, and now I'm working on the doors.
She's my new full-time mechanic. My only reliable help I have. Oh, you're gonna pull up. Yeah, you're gonna pull up.
I've been fighting this for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, well,
Here,
first time. There we go. Good job. Look at this. This is like, that's all plastic. There's so much weight. Like,
yeah, that's pretty.
I mean, granted, you wouldn't want to like get rid of this in a car that you're dailying. I feel like they've done a pretty good job. Generally, anything that could be aluminum is aluminum. Dodge did pretty good, all things considered. The main issue with this car being so heavy, this chassis is the exact same from four-door to two-door. The length of the body, like everything's the same. The only thing that's different is on the two-door, they just don't make the doors on the rear. They make these doors probably a little bit longer, but everything's the same. So, you know, with that considered, it's gonna be heavy. You know, there's a lot of things, like, I mean, there's a lot of electronics. They do weight save where they can. And this is all OEM stuff that you would never really want to rip out. It's just a lot of tech. In my opinion, I think, Dodge, if you listen to this, take this Hurricane, make a rear-wheel drive Dart. Make an M2 competitor, manual transmission or 8-speed, whatever. Rear-wheel drive Dart with this engine would be probably the most popular sports car in America. I'm just saying.
Heard it here first.
You heard it here first. I'm just saying this would be sick. A few more things, you know, for weight savings I could take off. This strut bar is just the beefiest son of a gun I've ever seen in my life. But I might keep that just because, like, in straight line cars, and I've learned this about drifting, in order to get as much rear grip as possible, you want the stiffest front you can get, generally speaking. So, you know, the more rigidity you have up front, the stiffer the spring rate, the tighter the, you know, the rebound, assuming you have shocks that can be adjusted, the tighter the rebound and the compression, the stiffer the chassis, the bigger the sway bar up front, it allows the power to be applied to the rears. And a lot of people are gonna say like, oh, well, it's all-wheel drive. But here's the thing, this car's not like full-time all-wheel drive. It's not like a Subaru or like an Evo. Basically, like, I'm gonna say 75% rear-wheel drive. Mostly rear-wheel drive until the ECU detects that there's enough slip in the rear to apply anything to the front. Fronts are free spinning, free wheelie, and then the the half shaft will engage when it needs to. I'm about to throw up. This is crazy. It's so hot outside. But a lot of people think it's EV, which is crazy. So funny to me. It's not EV, clearly. And is it all-wheel drive? How's it feel in rear-wheel drive? Front-wheel, whatever. A lot of questions. So what?
Did you see the guy deleted the comment? The one that you pinned, and you're like, I pinned it. Better not delete your comment.
Oh, did he really?
He deleted it.
He said, get a real car. He said gay boy, but he didn't say gay boy. He said the F word, and it was really funny. I pinned the comment. I said, you better not delete this, buddy, because you're gonna get reamed. He deleted it. Word of advice for today. If you say something on the internet, it's permanent, because I have a screenshot of it. I'm gonna repost it now. Anything you say online, it stays. So just be careful, dude. Your digital footprint is large. We've got most of this out. We're gonna finish this up real quick, get the rest of the doors and stuff out, and then we're just gonna weigh everything. There's not really much more to see here, so let's get to it. I'm gonna show you guys how much we've been able to take out. Okay, now for the big ticket items. Exhaust and front bumper. This is the heaviest front bumper I've ever held in my life. Fluctuating between 55 and 60 pounds. I can't hold it correctly. Goodness gracious. Ugh. We're gonna say it's 57 pounds, because I just can't hold it. Here we go. Gotta get a good hold on it. Oh gosh. Okay. Whew. Holy cow. So we're 76 pounds, which doesn't seem like a lot. Could be heavier, honestly. 420, that's Chungus. 661.4 pounds. Very similar to hiking, where ounces become pounds. A lot of the small things that weigh 10, 20, 30 pounds end up adding up to a lot of weight overall towards the end of the weight removal process. You wanna guess how much just the door cards and the windows weigh?
Oh goodness, 25 pounds.
29.
Okay.
So you're right on par.
Is that
but
each or together?
That's each.
Oh, wow.
I've ended up removing a bit more stuff like the gas tank, some more of the interior, getting it about as gutted as I can with the time frame I have, because I need to get it back to Boost Works to finish the turbo kit. The car still has a ton of electronics, a lot of wiring. It's still got extra batteries and modules and a ton of things that can be taken out. I think one of the competitors ended up with 33 or 3,400 pounds. So that means there's a lot to be taken away. With all of this, I was able to get the car under 4,000 pounds without having to do any major modifications while keeping the stock glass, except for the driver and passenger windows, ending with a total of about 816 pounds lost, with an additional bit taken away because I started removing some stuff. That puts us under 4,000 pounds, and that is awesome. To wrap this up, next video, we're gonna move back on to the turbo setup. I'm gonna get a few more things fabricated up in here. I've got a PRP seat. I've got to get some drive shaft stuff done. I've got an intake manifold coming. I got a ton of parts that I'm about to open for a new video, or the next video, that you guys will see lickety split. To do the outro of this, we're gonna do a little roulette, a little gospel gambling here. Boom, here we go. Mockers resent correction, so they avoid the wise. That is Proverbs 15:12. There's a certain type of people out there that avoid correction. Like, they'll resent it. They'll avoid it because they just think that they're right all the time. And those type of people, I mean, it's crazy that this was written down thousands of years ago, but they avoid the wise. Don't be the one that avoids the wise. You know, if there's something I can tell you about that, it's really easy to think that when you're 23, 25, 28, 30 even, that you're wise, that you know better because you've been through something. Let me give you a little secret here. Not everything that you've been through has given you wisdom in your life. A lot of people think that by default, because we've been through something, that something's happened to us, that we're wise because of it, or, you know, we know how to, but no, it entirely depends on who you leaned on. You know, was it the Lord? Was it somebody that was godly? Was it somebody that was like truly affecting your life in a positive way? Or was it somebody that you went and just talked negative words with on Xbox Live or something, or on Discord, and, you know, just talked behind people's back? Like, all I have to say, you know, don't think of yourself as really better than you are. That's also a Bible verse, but don't think of yourself better than you are. If you truly are wise, you will always hold a level of humility that understands that someone out there can help you or knows more than you do. But it's also tough because true wisdom also gives you the discernment to know if they are wrong and if what they are saying does not align with the truth. Don't avoid the wise. You're a mocker. You're a fool if you avoid the wise. And it's just how it is. And there's a lot that Proverbs says about mockers and the fool. And I would read it. I would read it and see how your life's gonna end up if you continue to live on that path. I promise you it's not a fun one. And I love you guys. I'm excited. Thanks to Dodge again for this opportunity. We are really, really close. I think we are 3 weeks away from the race. Not when you guys are watching it, when I'm filming this. I'm about to load the car onto the trailer. We're bringing it to Ben again this week, and praying to God that we end up getting the car tuned and running and good. My goal is just to make it there to Roadkill Nights and have a reliable car. I don't care if I win, I don't care if I'm the fastest, I want to have fun, and I want to be able to drive the entire time. Gotta hustle double time. It's gonna get crazy. It's going to literally, I mean, it's gonna be a miracle. It's gonna be a miracle if we make it on this setup. We'll figure something out, I think. God is good, he didn't put me here for no reason, so let's go. I'll see you guys next video. Have an amazing one. Peace, guys.